All right, guys, so I'm going to go over the top 29 online courses that you can find on Coursera. We're going to be going over Meta and or Facebook, IBM, as well as Google certificates. And these are going to be courses that are designed to help you get an in-demand, high-paying job. So if you appreciate me doing this type of video, let me know by gently tapping that like button. And let's jump into it with number one on the list, which is going to be the Google Data Analytics certificate. All right, so this is one of my absolute favorite certificates. I made an entire video about it. It is phenomenal. It looks like at this time it has over 133,000 reviews with a 4.8 star rating, which is just bananas. This, like most of the courses, take around 6 months to complete. That's what they say, but usually you can actually complete them a lot faster than that. And it's a flexible schedule, so you can just do it whenever you have free time. And of course, data analysts make really good money, $70,000 to $117,000 a year. Business analysts also make good money, $78,000 to $125,000 a year. And overall, this one is phenomenal. I'm actually going to give it a perfect 10 rating. And there's really only 2 on this entire list that I'm going to give a perfect 10 rating for. So Google Data Analytics, absolutely phenomenal. One of my favorite certificates. Next is the Google Project Management Certificate. This one has about 97,000 reviews and a 4.8 star rating. It also says it takes about 6 months to finish, but I can tell you that you can finish it a lot faster than that. This, of course, would help you get a project management job, and project managers make about $94,000 to $164,000 a year. Project coordinators make about $56,000 to $89,000 a year, and there are tons of positive reviews for this certificate online. So overall, this one's a really good one. I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. Next is the Google UX Design Certificate. This one has a 4.8 star rating with 74,000 reviews. With this one, it would probably take you a few months to complete it. The information you learn on this one is incredible. It's really good. It also helps you build up a good portfolio. But with that being said, UX design it's actually pretty tough to land a job in UX design with, just a certificate. So you're definitely going to have to probably take, other certificates and build up your portfolio in other ways. But with that being said, UX designers make $93,000 to $159,000 a year. User experience researchers make $90,000 to $162,000 a year. Really, really good stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one, I'm going to give it a 9.25 out of 10. Next is the Google IT Support Certificate. This one has a 4.8 star rating with 172,000 reviews. And this is actually the one that basically started it all when it comes to Google and the biggest companies getting into the game and, having their stuff go on Coursera. And I remember when this first came out, I was extremely skeptical of it, and I made a video reviewing it. And when I was researching the video, I kind of realized, wow, this is actually really good. I mean, it sounds too good to be true, but it's actually really good. And this is the one that I think has been taken by more people than any of the other certificates. And IT jobs, it's actually very realistic for people to land those, even with no college degree or any previous experience. And IT help desk, you make about $55,000 to $96,000 a year. And there's a ton of positive reviews on this one. I mean, there's just endless amount of positive reviews. So really, really like this one. I'm actually going to give it a perfect 10 out of 10 opportunity score as well. Next is the Google IT Automation with Python certificate. This one has a 4.8 star rating with about 36,000 reviews. So a good amount of people have taken it. I do like this one. It's pretty good. I did a review on it. The thing is the Google certificates set such a high standard that this one is good, but it's maybe not quite as good as some of the other ones. But with that being said, software engineers, this could help you get a software engineering job. They make about $109,000 to $192,000 a year. I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 9 out of 10 overall. Next is the Google Digital Marketing and E-commerce certificate. This one has a 4.8 star rating with about 22,000 reviews. So this is one of their less popular ones, but still a good amount of people took it. And overall, I do think it's pretty solid. It's pretty good. Digital marketers in general make about $62,000 to $116,000 a year. SEO specialists, on the other hand, also make really good money, $61,000 to $111,000 a year. Email marketers make $57,000 to $103,000 a year. So many different, digital marketing related jobs that are great. With that being said, I think overall, it teaches you some good stuff. It'll help you a little bit. It'll help you build your portfolio, but it's not going to get you all the way to the finish line. I'll go ahead and give this one an 8.5 out of 10. Now, by the way, guys, the link to check out any of these courses will be down in the description and the pinned comment below, and I highly recommend checking these out. And the reason for that is because we have a special deal from Coursera, the sponsor of this video today. You can make your next career move confidently with Coursera Plus monthly. And this monthly subscription will give you access to all the courses we talk in today's video, all the certificates, and over 6,100 other ones. And many of these courses are from popular companies such as Google, Meta, or IBM. And all of this for 50% off the monthly subscription. Details are on the screen. You can check it out. You can learn job-relevant skills and tools with more than 1,000 applied projects that you can actually put on your portfolio to prove that you know the skills, as well as hands-on labs from experts. And the reason that these certificates actually were created is because there weren't enough people that had the skills that companies actually wanted coming out of college. And so they literally had to create these certificates to tell you like, hey, these are the skills that we want. So you can spend less on your learning and get more out of it. So start your journey of landing your dream job by clicking the link down in the description and the pinned comment below. Thanks again for Coursera for sponsoring, and now back to the main video. Next is the Google Business Intelligence Professional Certificate. And this is one where I didn't make an entire dedicated video on it. And not that many people have even taken it. It has a 4.7 star rating with about 1,200 reviews, which I guess 1,200 is a lot. But this is also a shorter one. So they say you can finish it in 2 months at 10 hours a week, which probably means you can finish it in like a week. And yeah, you know, it's a nice little one that you could take really quickly, you know, learn a little bit here and there about business intelligence. And business intelligence analysts make about $79,000 to $126,000 a year. Analytics engineers make about $118,000 to $205,000 a year, and business data analysts make about $84,000 to $130,000 a year. So there's some really good career paths you can go down with this. It probably helps a little bit, but overall, I'm going to go ahead and give this one an 8 out of 10. Next is the Google Advanced Data Analytics Professional Certificate. This one has a 4.8 star rating with about 2,500 reviews. Now, this is at the advanced level, so it's no longer a beginner level certificate. It has really good reviews online, really good rating. I'll go ahead and give this one a 9 out of 10. Next is the Google Cybersecurity Professional Certificate. This one has a 4.8 star rating with about 21,000 reviews, so a good amount of people have gone through this. And there's a lot of opportunity in cybersecurity, even at the lower levels and higher levels. You know, cybersecurity architects make about $135,000 to $218,000 a year. Cybersecurity engineers make about $112,000 to $189,000 a year. Really, really good stuff. I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 9.25 out of 10. And next is Google Ads for Beginners. This one is like a really short one. It only takes about 2 hours. It does have about a 4.4 star rating with 4,200 reviews. So people weren't quite as happy with this one, but you know, it only takes 2 hours, right? It's really quick to do. And of course, a Google Ads specialist make about $58,000 to $105,000 a year. Google Ads managers make about $66,000 to $122,000 a year. So overall, I'm going to go ahead and give this one like an 8 out of 10. All right, so let's move on to Meta. So the Meta Front-End Developer Professional Certificate. This one has a 4.7 star rating with about 15,000 reviews. So a good amount of people have taken this one, and it has a really good rating. 4.7 stars is amazing. It is beginner level. It says it takes about 7 months, so a little bit longer than some of the other ones. And of course, like developer jobs do take a little bit longer to get into than like an IT job. So that makes sense. So yeah, I really like this one. Front-end developers make, you know, $93,000 to $162,000 a year. This one has really good reviews online, people saying really good things about it on Reddit, for instance. And so yeah, I really like it. I'll go ahead and give this one a 9 out of 10. Next is the Meta Back-End Developer Professional Certificate. This one also has a 4.7 star rating. It has about 4,700 reviews. Keep in mind also, Meta got into this a little bit later than Google. So, you know, the Google certificates have had a lot longer for people to actually take them. And this one says it takes about 8 months at 6 hours a week. So a little bit longer. And again, that does make sense because back-end software development is more complicated than front-end. So I'm glad that they're kind of being honest about the time that it takes, because it does take some time to learn this stuff. And back-end developers make about $95,000 to $164,000 a year. So yeah, another really good one. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Next is the Meta iOS Developer Professional Certificate. So this is iOS, that's Apple's operating system, and it has a 4.7 star rating with about 1,300 reviews. So not as many people have taken this one yet, but they say it takes about 8 months at 7 hours a week. These do tend to be pretty comprehensive, and they do take a little bit longer than some of the Google ones. And iOS developers do make $91,000 to $164,000 a year, so really good money. So yeah, this one's really solid. I'll go ahead and give it an 8.75 out of 10. Next is the Meta Android Developer Professional Certificate. This one also has a 4.7 star rating with about 1,600 reviews. Takes about 18 months at 7 hours a week. Pretty solid. Not as many people have taken it. I'll go ahead and give this one an 8.75 out of 10. Next is the Meta Database Engineer Professional Certificate. This one has a 4.6 star rating, which is still really really, really good with 1,600 reviews. It says it takes about 6 months at 6 hours a week, and it's beginner level. So yeah, this one's pretty solid. I'll go ahead and give it an 8.5 out of 10. Next is the Meta Social Media Marketing Professional Certificate. This one has a 4.9 star rating with 17,000 reviews. So 4.9 stars is absolutely bananas. So people have absolutely loved this one. And so, you know, social media managers, they make about $53,000 to $97,000 a year. So pretty good money there. Digital content strategist is a kind of similar career. That's about $70,000 to $122,000 a year. So yeah, this one is really solid. This one's good. I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 9.75 out of 10. Next is the Meta Marketing Analytics Professional Certificate. This one has a 4.8 star rating with about 1,900 reviews. They say it takes about 7 months at about 10 hours a week of study, and marketing analysts make about $66,000 to $108,000 a year. So yeah, really good money. I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 9 out of 10. All right, next let's go over the IBM certificate. So first let's talk about the IBM Data Science Certificate. Now, this one has a 4.6 star rating with about 69,000 reviews. Keep in mind, 4.6 stars is still really good. If you compare that to a lot of the other certificates across the internet or on Coursera specifically, 4.6 is still great. So this one, it's about 5 months to complete it at 10 hours a week. Of course, you can do it much faster than that typically. And they do actually claim that it's beginner level, which is a little odd to me because data science really isn't beginner level. And maybe that's why it has a little bit of a lower rating, just because expectations are a bit off. But data scientists do make $118,000 to $206,000 a year. Data architects make $149,000 to $228,000 a year. So, you know, really good money. And overall, the reviews online for this one are just positive. There's just a lot of good things that people have to say about them. And so I'm going to go ahead and give this one an 8.5 out of 10. Next is the IBM Data Analyst Certificate. This one has a 4.7 star rating with 17,000 reviews. So also extremely solid. And this one you can finish a little bit faster, about 4 months at 10 hours a week. And of course, as a data analyst, you'd make about $70,000 to $117,000 a year. As a business analyst, you'd make about $78,000 to $125,000 a year. So really solid. I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 9 out of 10. Next is the IBM Cybersecurity Analyst Certificate. This one has a 4.6 star rating with about 11,000 reviews. Also pretty good. Takes about 4 months to complete. And there's a lot of different career paths you can go into. Cybersecurity architects make about $135,000 to $218,000 a year. Cybersecurity engineers make about $112,000 to $189,000 a year. And yeah, overall, really solid. I'll give this one an 8.5 out of 10. Next is the IBM AI Engineering Certificate. This one has a 4.5 star rating with 6,000 reviews. This one is an intermediate level certificate, so it's not beginner level, and it takes about 2 months to finish at 10 hours a week. AI engineers make about $114,000 to $211,000 a year, and machine learning engineers make about $125,000 to $220,000 a year. So a lot of money here, obviously. This is pretty big brain though, to say the least. But with that being said, I'll go ahead and give this one an 8 out of 10. Next is the IBM Product Manager Professional Certificate. This one has a 4.8 star rating. Not that many reviews. This one's new. It just came out recently. It is beginner level. It takes about 4 months to go through. I do have really high hopes for this one. It's getting some really good initial reviews. So not much to say about this, but product managers make about $121,000 to $204,000 a year. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 because it does look really good and it looks like it's getting some good initial reviews. Next is the IBM Backend Developer Professional Certificate. This one has a 4.7 star rating with about 500 reviews. IBM is one of the newer companies to get into this, so that's why they have less reviews, because these certificates haven't been out that long. But this one's beginner level. It does take 12 months, so they're not kidding around. This is like a really packed course. Now, one thing I will say about it is, 12 months, it's definitely a really packed course. Still, probably you can finish it relatively fast, but it is probably going to take, several months to finish. They have a bunch of really impressive instructors and people who worked on the course as well. And backend developers make $95,000 to $164,000 a year. So this is a really good one. For the price, it's incredible. Overall, I'm going to go ahead and give this one an 8.5 out of 10. By the way, share this video with a friend who needs to see it, someone who's thinking about transitioning into a better career, and they're wondering where to go to get educated on it at an affordable price. Next is the IBM Full Stack Java Developer Professional Certificate. This one does have a 4.8 star rating. Not that many reviews yet because, again, they're basically brand new, but it is looking really good. It is beginner level. It takes about 5 months to get through it. And overall preliminary results is it's looking really good. But yeah, full stack Java developers, they make about $108,000 to $163,000 a year. So overall, this one's looking really good. I'll give it like an 8.75 out of 10. It is kind of hard to say though, because it just came out. Next is the IBM and ISC2 Cybersecurity Specialist Professional Certificate. This one has a 4.8 star rating with about 177 reviews. Again, just came out recently. They say it takes about 3 months to finish at about 10 hours a week. I do think these IBM certificates, just because not that many people have them, might be a little bit more valuable now than they'll be like a year or two from now. So I think that, jumping on these while they're still relatively new is probably a good idea. And this one is no exception. I mean, cybersecurity architects, they make about $135,000 to $218,000 a year. Cybersecurity engineers make $112,000 to $189,000 a year. Really good money. I'm going to go ahead and give this one an 8.5 out of 10. Next is the IBM Applied AI Professional Certificate. This one has a 4.6 star rating with about 6,900 reviews. It is beginner level, and they say that it takes 3 months to get through. So I think probably the reason why these AI courses have a little bit of a lower rating, I mean, hey, 4.6 is still good, but it's a little bit lower, is because AI is just changing so fast that, if you make a course on it, by the time you finish the course, it's pretty much out of date, right? So you have to just constantly keep updating the course, and I don't know if they're doing that or not. But with that being said, artificial intelligence engineers make about $117,000 to $201,000 a year. Machine learning engineers make about $125,000 to $220,000 a year. And overall, it's getting good preliminary feedback online. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one an 8.25 out of 10. Next is the IBM DevOps and Software Engineering Professional Certificate. This one has a 4.7 star rating with about 3,000 reviews. It is beginner level, and it takes 3 months at 10 hours a week. DevOps engineers make about $113,000 to $173,000 a year. Software engineers in general make about $109,000 to $192,000 a year. So yeah, overall, really solid. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Next is the IBM Data Engineering Professional Certificate. This one has a 4.6 star rating with about 4,100 reviews. Beginner level, takes about 5 months to get through at about 10 hours a week. Overall, really solid. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. And the IBM Full Stack Software Developer Professional Certificate. This one has about 5,500 reviews and a 4.6 star rating, which is still pretty good. Takes about 4 months to get through at 10 hours a week. That I'm full stack developers, that's not going to be a 4-month course. So that I'm a little bit sus on. And that's probably why it has a little bit lower rating. But with that being said, still really good. And full stack developers make, $92,000 to $161,000 a year. Overall, I'll give this one an 8 out of 10. By the way, I did make a tier list for the Google Professional Certificates, and you can check that out by clicking right here.